Hey everyone, Lauren here with a simple layout. So I've fussy cut one of the 12 by 12 pages of pattern paper that we got in the kit with all these outline doodly flowers. So I've got them here sitting on the left, and you can see some of them I've even cut. They've got a straight edge because they were the edge of the paper, and they will just be able to tuck in somewhere and not notice that they're not a full shape of a flower. So I'm just going to start by sticking my photo here on top of this 12 by 12 mixed media paper, also in the August Kitaholic Kits, and then I'm just going to set about sticking down these flowers. So I'm using foam tape and just normal double-sided tape. I'm just having a play. I'm going to have them like arch around the photo, and then just one little one down the bottom there. You can see I've put to the right hand side of the photo, thinking that it's a nice little balance, having the boldness going over here and then just one little flower cluster over there. So you can see the way the flowers were drawn on the paper. There's that lovely little arch that fits so nicely to the top left of the photo. And there's some other ones. There's these big ones like this and some small ones. It's just a matter of working out what works together. I decided I had to figure out what my title was going to be so that I could work out where it was going rather than not being able to find a space for it. And I decided on the word joy. It's meant to be joyful, but after the F, I have no more letters. So I just cut off that F and I've got joy. And we're going to work with that. So it's going to go down the bottom here because I think it's just a nice little small touch to this photo, this flower cluster here. I do try to change the flower, but I go with the original one as always. Well, not actually always, but majority of the time, first instinct is usually the right instinct. So on goes the title with the little dot for the joy, for the J, and that's going to be start of that. So I'm just going to have a bit more of a play and build out the clusters around the photo. I do notice these puffy flowers, and they're the right colours because of the mixed media background to add into this floral cluster. So I add some of them in a few different spots. So that one there's a nice little spot to have it sticking out without being overwhelming. Even there inside the cluster. And then another one over here. So you can see I just having a play with where it's going to fit. I don't overthink it. I don't like to often lay out these kind of layouts and then glue it because it changes so much. I find if I glue as I'm going, it will work. If I really am desperate, I can, peel back one of the things that I stick down and make it work in a different way. So you can see here I just cut this puffy sticker in half. It was too big as a full flower, so cutting it in half means that I can have that pop of blue in two spots rather than being overwhelming in one spot. So don't be afraid to cut things down, especially if you're going to layer it in and you're not going to notice half of the embellishment. It's just kind of like just wasted. I know sometimes I do it and have the full thing so that half or majority of it's hidden behind the cluster or a photo, but other times it's nice like this to chop it in half or 3/4 or whatever and put it in two spots so that we can balance it off. So just adding a bit more to this cluster down the bottom, just because I'd added that puffy sticker, it needed a bit more. And I'm just having a play because I've cut out these fussy flowers. Fussy cut. Seeing as I fussy cut this paper, I'm going to see if as many as I can use. I don't want to look at the layout later and go, oh, it's a bit sparse and I needed a bit more flowers. I'm here. I've got the opportunity, and let's fill in these little gaps. So that down the bottom there, I could see that it needed something. I just had to find the right one. Because the way the flowers are shaped, the one you pick up is not always the one you need right in that moment. But I found a spot for this one, and then I'll find something to fill in that bottom section there where it's a bit empty between the puffy stickers and the flowers. So really simple. The hardest part really is the fussy cutting, and even that's not even that tricky. It's nice to grab the 12 by 12 or two 12 by 12s. I'm pretty sure I only cut one, but it's good to get that and then sit in front of the couch, on the couch in front of the TV and cut away, and then maybe another day or after that go and create. There's often a few pages, a few pattern papers in kits, at least one I think, that you look at and you're like, oh yep, you can fussy cut that one. Whether you do or not is not always a guarantee, but it always seems to be that designers go, yep, let's have something we can fussy cut and give people that option to have some more embellishments and whatnot. So I wanted to fill in the side here and join the two clusters together with some journaling, with a quote as such. And I'm just going to draw out the lines, so just lightly with the lead pencil, so that way you can erase it once you've finished writing, and that way you have it straight. So I wanted to have it curving, become small at the top, go wider, and then down again small, so that it hugs the top cluster and the bottom cluster. You'll see what I mean when the journaling gets on there, because you can kind of get an idea as I'm penciling out the lines that I'm getting smaller and more towards the photo and whatnot. And I realize that I need a little bit more down the bottom here. But when I put my journaling on, you can see for sure that the way I wanted it to hug those two clusters and link them together. Now, I just searched on Pinterest for a quote, and isn't that funny? My hair's a different color to what's in the photo. And then I found this one that I sort of tweaked a little for what I needed. So I'm sure you could read the journaling here, or if not, at the end when the close-up's up there. But if you can't and you're really interested, just let me know and I'll let you know down in the comments below. So I'm just using an eraser, just a normal everyday eraser, to rub out those pencil lines, and then you can't see, makes it look like I was so clever and I can write straight every time, even though I can't even write straight even when there's lines, really. Now, I don't know if you noticed, I tweaked and edited a bit, but when I wrote positive energy is one of those words that I often get wrong if I'm not thinking and working, like thinking properly about what I'm doing, and I spelt it wrong and tried to fix it, but it was really noticeable, well, at least to me anyway. So what I decided to do was to grab out some correction tape, so like white out, and I'm going over the words here, just adding a word to the bottom so that I had enough room for the thickers, and I'm going to use these little puffy alphas to spell out positive energy, and that way it just brings in a little pop of the color. And I'm just using the pink and the orangey yellowy tones, because there's only a little bit of blue in terms of the background, but also then some of those bolder colors in the puffy stickers, and I didn't want to bring in any other color in the journaling. I'm going to go around with a double line doodly border, and I really like the way that positive energy wording just sticks out with the puffy stickers, and it was the perfect word to have in that point of difference where the rest of the journaling is written and then those two words are puffy stickers, because that's what the journaling, the quote as such, is about. I do then think, I wonder if there's a little thicker puffy sticker that I could put up the top of the journaling, and I couldn't work out with the words we had, but I cut out the two letters M and E from moment and made the word me, just rounding off the edges of the letters, and it just was perfect. It was like it was the word that was on the thicker sheet, which it obviously wasn't, but sometimes it's nice to just adapt the thickers to what you need. Now, this is just going to finish off the layout. I'm using the enamel dots that we also got in the kit, and that's going to be it. So you can see how simple it came together and how there's not much going on, but also there's a bit going on at the same time. So I've used a fussy cut paper, a 12 by 12 pattern paper for the background, the puffy stickers, the alphas, and enamel dots, and it's simple but striking and effective, and I love it. So hopefully you've enjoyed the video today and it's inspired you to get creative, And I'll see you next time. Thanks, guys. Bye.